Alright, so this video here is going to be very direct, very straight to the point. I was getting a lot of questions about nursing school and what to expect for the nursing semester too. I recently did a video on what to expect going into nursing process 1 or nursing school, and that video did well and people wanted to know what to expect in semester 2. So semester 2 is normally from the spring semester. It can be a combination of 16 weeks. For example, during my second semester of nursing school, it was from January 8th till May the 6th, May the 7th. So approximately, give or take, 4 months, right? Within that 4-month time frame, you have 2 allotted classes, right? And in those 2 classes, it's composed of medical, surgical 2, and you have OB, which is mother baby and everything like that. With those 2 classes, you will have a combination of simulations. You have a combination of clinicals, lectures, and exams and quizzes within that 4-month period. So it's crucial to understand that each week you're going to be learning content that will require more of your time. It is said that during this time frame, it's recommended to not work because of the rigor and of the change in your schedule, right? For instance, right, me working in the hospital part-time or PRN, the hours that I will work at the hospital will be taken up by my classes. Literally, if my classes were from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Fortunately, OB is only 2 days, so you don't have OB for 3 days. You only have that class for 2 days, and it's only 1 hour, right? So there's times where you have breaks between your scheduling, but overall you have to kind of like block out that whole schedule. If that makes sense. So what to expect in med-surg 2? Of course, you can have the basic of the medical surgical process, going from, I think we started out with mental health, which involves all of the behavioral classes, ranging from the meds to the manifestations. You'll even have a chance to go to the hospital and visit some of these patients and see certain things, right, that will help enhance your knowledge in this field. From there, you're probably going to the renal, the neurological, what else they did? Renal, neuro, which talks about the brain, stuff like that, and even some parts of the endocrine system. Those parts will be touched on, but specifics will be given during the lecture. So it's very important to come to class. For OB, mother baby, that course right there is a lot for me, or was a lot, because as a man learning about the process of a woman and how they give birth, it was difficult to wrap my head around initially, right? So if you're a new student and you have no understanding or no knowledge about mother baby or anything like that, and you're going to take this course, please do some research before going into the course, right? You may wonder, what do you mean by research? Go on YouTube, go on TikTok, watch these videos about how mothers give birth, the prenatal stuff, the prepartum stuff, postpartum stuff, and all the manifestations that could happen if the mother had problems in utero, right? I will say some of the tips that are super important that you can use for OB specifically is massaging the fundus. In nursing, it's crucial that we do things that don't require the doctor or compromise our scope of work. What do you mean by that? Doing things that you can do on your own that doesn't need a doctor's order, right? Massaging the fundus is one of the primary things that you can do in OB. Raising the head of the bed to 45 degrees or more is another thing that you can do without the doctor's order. These things are what we like to call independent interventions, right? Where we don't have to depend on the doctor. We can do these things independently to help soothe the pain and calm the patient down, whatever they need to, get them in a calm state, right? So I talked a little bit about med-surg 2. I talked a little bit about OB and what to expect. Some of your simulations, right? So simulation is where you will be going into a simulation room that simulates a hospital or simulates a room, and you have to do whatever is asked of you. You will have some work to do before you go into the room, and basically it's all like a learning experience. A lot of times the students and the workers who are behind the screen like to intimidate you or make you feel like you don't know what you're doing. That's the point of this simulation, is to expose you to these real life scenarios that may happen. And what you have to do is always remain professional. Do not overreact. Do not overthink when it comes to these sims, because if you overreact, your body will naturally give off a stress response, and then you can ultimately feel bad, or you might take it personal. But what I learned is to just observe. Don't be the first one to take charge and say, let me do this, because you may not know what you're doing unless you had past experience. I've witnessed some students, mostly white students, ignorant students, who would try to take charge and make themselves look like complete asses, bro. And it's just bad, because those are the ones that would probably kill somebody. And you have seen it before in the news, nurses who give the wrong dosage, do the wrong specific type of care, leading to the demise of patients, So in these sims, what I like to do is do your work, right? Watch and observe, and if you have any questions, ask. You can literally stop the sim. Hey, I need help with this, and that's totally fine. That's the purpose of the sim. Okay. And then the next thing, so I talked about sims, clinicals. Make sure y'all come in y'all clinicals on time, punctual, because they will send you home. There's been times where I've noticed students who arrived 4 minutes late, 3 minutes late, 2 minutes late, and they get sent home. There's it being punctual not only teaches you responsibility, but it also gets you in the groove of understanding that we're all in this together. We're all a team, and the workers or the nurses who are here waiting on you are just as tired. They might have things to do. They have their own lives, and it's not fair when you're not there when you're supposed to be. Now, granted, we all understand that stuff happens, life happens, and letting your crew know before you go in, an hour before, 2 hours before, about what's going on, so they have an understanding and you're not being held liable. Nursing school not only teaches you about life and how to take care of patients, but it also prepares you as a person to do better and to learn parts of your life where you need to work on. Simple. Simply put. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I look forward to telling you guys about MP3. See ya. Treasy.